Hello, everybody. Wolf here. We're going to go ahead and hop back into our Bannerlord playthrough. Sorry I am late this morning, guys. I slept through my alarm. I'm lazy. It happens. But we will go ahead and hop back in. If it wants to ever show me my Bannerlord on my stream. There we go. What are we doing? We got great morale. We don't need to rest. That looks like a hunting party or something. Around you, you hear yelling. A harsh voice reaches your ears, followed by the laughter of several others. Your abrupt halt alerts Folka, who immediately signals the ravens to fan out and draw their weapons. Over the next rise, a group of 10 haggard fighters and a few Varls surround a half-dozen peasants and a broken wagon. A woman spots you and shouts, "Help us!" But a punch to the stomach drops her to the snow. The fight is turned. Ready to fight. It's a broken wagon. Just give us what's in the wagon. Ha! One man says, "We're going to eat what's in the wagon once we finish with these folks. We're starving." "Then you'll die hungry." The man's confidence melts away, and he and all his fighters flee from your assault. You give chase for a time, but soon to return to the wagon and the peasants. "Thank you," the woman who was punched earlier says. "I'm Sepha. I know you don't want us around, but if you're heading towards Bindal, we'll follow your path."
"Fine, but your food is ours. Payment for saving you,"
you say. The woman nods her understanding, but to your surprise, the wagon is nearly empty. "We'll keep our distance," Sepha says, "but we'll be behind you." You grunt and walk off. A couple of Raven scouts take off to check out the cluster of tents ahead. "Refugees from Ormsdala," one of them says upon returning. "They've got a sizable camp and seem disciplined. They know we're here," the scout adds. "No sense trying to avoid them." You take up the lead and approach the refugees. A hooded man with a red spear greets you. "My name's Bach, and this is Loffen. You're bulwark of the raisins, and is this your wife?" You are confused as much as the question, as by the fact that no one is with the man.
"Who's Loffen?"
He moves his spear forward a foot.
Loffen.
Loffen. My advisor, of sorts." You look at Folka and snort. "You're the second spearman we've met who is more than a little touched." The man stares at Folka, a dangerous look on his face. "If you're finished having your laugh, I'll tell you why I've come to you." "Fine." Oh, this is Bulwark.
"Fine, but make it quick."
"I'm leading this large group of trained fighters and tradesmen from Ormsdala. We're looking for a new home. We've done what it takes to survive out here, but they're starting to lose faith in me." "You want us to reinforce your control?" "No, I want you to take over. Lead us to a place where we can live. Loffen and I weren't meant for keeping others alive."
"What do I get in return?"
"For one, we won't kill you." Back smiles, but there's no humor in his eyes. "We'll share the food we've collected and fight alongside you should there be a need." He stops and confers with his spear. "Spoilingly you, Loffen is. We've even spread the word of how great the ravens are."
"We'll take you as far as Bindal."
Bach kisses the metal of his spear and smiles. "You have my thanks. Oh, Loffen thanks you as well." The unyielding snowfall is proving too much for the humans who now vainly attempt to follow your large footprints. In truth, the sky and your surroundings lack enough constraint to know where you're going. And it's contrast to know where you're going. And it's cold. Trees over there. Falco manages to say, motioning with her spear. The foliage blocks some of the wind, but does nothing about the visibility. With no other options, you burrow into the snow, cloaked in your bear fur.
Darkness. Lightning. Someone pulling in the energy. Painful.
Wake up, Verk! Wake up, you damn bear! You're being robbed! You roar and shake out the snow in front of you. The unclear dream still vivid in your mind. Back uses his spear, Loffen, to point east. There's clansmen you saved. They killed your guards and they're taking everything. Volka is by your side in seconds, followed by the spearmen. You sprint along the snowy path of the stolen supply straight into an ambush by the bandits originally harassing the clansmen. Sepha turns and smirks.
Stealing Hungarians. You must have a death wish.
This guy a friend or a foe? Okay, that guy's a friend. Get deflected. Let's end the turn there. Right down there. Break his armor there. Slaughterer? What is Slaughterer? Defeat 3 enemies with a Slaughterer? Oh, that's what Bach is. That's his class. Cool. Gives you renown for completing achievements now. Well, goodbye. We somehow managed to keep a couple of the non-actual us allies alive, too. Sweet. 13 renown. Plus 15 supplies. Sepha's wounds are great, and she whimpers in the snow. You nod to Volka, who dispatches the bandit archer with haste.
This is what helping folks gets you.
You roar.
Grab all the supplies and bring them back to camp.
You tell the ravens after hoisting a barrel on each shoulder. They were bandits, yeah. This is the bad guy party, by the way. These are the bad guys. Got 19 left. How much does it take? 9. All right, I can promote both of them. Yeah, they double fuck. They double. Yeah. just yeah. I'm annoyed that Krumer went with them, and so did Eckel. Not that I mind Eckel going with them. This is also the second game. This is the Banner Saga 2. We finished the Banner Saga 1 yesterday. Rook died after shooting Bellower with a magic arrow that made Bellower fall asleep. Yeah. Rook's dead. Alet's in charge now. We had the option of letting Alet shoot the arrow. I chose against that for obvious reasons. And Rook is dead. So, it's been interesting. It's been a rough couple of days for them. I mean, I'd rather a Rook die than a Alet. Yeah. It's interesting. We can go above rank 5 now. I believe we can go up to rank 10. And then there are different talents you unlock after you max your stats, because they keep the stats same. So, right, like, for max willpower, you have a 50% chance to avoid any killing blow at rank 3. Or you can get 20% to regen plus 3 willpower per turn. You can get, for exertion, which is the amount of willpower you can use, you can avoid strength attacks by 15%. Or you can get 50% bonus hit chance. You can resist up to 3 strength damage with robust, or you get 20% bonus crit chance. You can cause puncture, or you can avoid armor attacks. You can just resist straight armor damage, or you can regen armor per turn. So, like, new stuff. And you get more abilities now after you hit rank 5. It's all good, man. I'm not expecting anybody to, you know, come and watch, just if they're enjoying. So, I appreciate you coming to hang out with me, though. Yeah. Let's rest. And then leave. It's great. It's real good. It's very story-based, though. Your stream is just making me play new games. That's kind of the point of streams. I'll be honest. It's pretty good publicity for the publishers. That's typically why I watch streams. A scout points into the distance with a smile on his face. Walking that direction, you begin to hear the strangest bickering between two Varl. Now you done it, Jut, says one Varl with a large shield and spear. Keep on it until others heard and come nosing about. Yeah, the morale face is weird. The other Varl glances your way, nods politely, and walks towards you while shouldering his axe. Don't mind my brother Nock. He's a warrior. Nock just steps closer and shoves the other Varl with his shield. Jut, Varl don't have brothers, and it's a warrior. Volka looks at you with an amusement and confusion. None of the ravens seem to know how to react either.
Are you too addled?
Not the nicest way of saying hello, Nock says, extending his hand in greeting. And if we were addled, Jut adds, stepping forward and swatting Nock's hand. Would we even know it? Nock says, well, you wouldn't, but I'd know. The spectacle continues, and most of the ravens are now laughing at the absurdity. Kill them. No.
We're not sure what you're after, but we're not sharing food.
Jut shakes his head. We're not after food, are we, Nock? No? No. Well, yes and no. Jut agrees. Yes and no, that's right. We'd fight with you.
For you, he means.
Nock. We'd fight for food, but we fight with this lot.
You can join if you'll shut up.
Thank you, Nock says, but Jut slaps a hand over his brother's mouth. Several mercenaries snort, trying to hold back laughing. The two Varls simply smile like fools and fall in line.
The miners of Bintal are a rough crowd. Not a bad place to recruit new blades.
It makes sense. Yeah, it kind of remind me of the Wrestler brothers as well. The old wanderer fights his way up next to you.
Can't see a damn thing in this mess. Guess old Earrings hasn't forgiven you yet after all. Shouldn't you have died already?
Spar grunts.
Soon enough, I reckon. Of course, these old bones won't be forming any mountain bramblers more like.
He squints into the distance.
There's bound to be more people from Ormsdal trying to find a new home in Bindle, Spar says. Crowded towns haven't always been good for us. There's never been trouble we couldn't fight our way out of. Or trouble we couldn't find our way into, Spar says. Most of the ravens are hungry and lonely. Think that mixes well with a bunch of other people who are hungry and scared?
He has a point, but there's little to be done about it. The idea of being around so many others in such a confined space makes you tense. You crave a long hunt and sleep in solitude. All of these people are looking for food and a home.
And I'm looking for ale. Is that too much to ask?
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to upgrade my VR setup here in a bit. So I'm not buying any new VR games until I do that. I bet that scout tower already sent us word of being here. Word of us being here. The snowstorm is worse than ever as you arrive at the walls of the mining town of Bindal. The gates are closed and you beat a fist against them.
Open the fang gates!
You shout. From the wall, 2 menders look down on you, then recede. Soon, the gates open up for a half-dozen well-trained guards to greet you. Their one-eyed captain points and says, "Just you." Volka steps to your side. "Not alone," she says.
She comes with me.
The captain takes a moment to assess the situation and nods. Before following him through the gates, you bark commands to the other ravens to stay close and vigilant. Inside the small gatehouse are 2 menders from the wall, a woman with a fancy spear and a cub of a man holding a staff. Volka, Zephyr. It is the raven, Volka Zephyr. It is the raven banner? So it seems, but why here and why now?
Just passing through on our way to the Blue River, but this blasted storm caught us. Planned to come back this way afterwards for more work, but now we need some food and a place to hold up. Brought some people with us. They need a new home.
I'm sure it felt like the right thing to do, but we're already beyond our capacity here. Are you Bulwark Bloodaxe? Hold your tongue, Nichols.
What do you know about me, boy?
I've heard all your tales. I can't believe your cold bear cloak is real. Is it true that your axe handles are made from your own horns? The older mender places a handle on the young man's shoulder. Places a hand on the young man's shoulder. Well, I never knew I was traveling with such a legend. You ignore her.
Are you in charge here? Where's the governor?
The governor left for Arborong a while back with most of his fighters to settle a dispute. The Mender Council sent me here to bring people of Bindal west as we've heard too many rumors of Dredge.
More than rumors. We were in Borsgard. Saw Bellower.
The immortal Sunder? How did you escape?
Immortal is a joke. He's dead.
Nichols' eyes go wide in awe, but Zephyr looks pensive. What about the great rift that opened between Borsgard and Almsdollar?
We managed.
Zephyr looks like she wants to press you for more information.
Enough. Open the gates for my ravens.
Mercenaries will only panic the people. With everyone from Ormsdollar, it's all I can do to keep them from stampeding like wild yolks.
Then we'll attack.
The guards in the room draw their weapons and aim them at you. Bulwark Bloodaxe, even your renowned strength will fail against walls protected by a Volka and her apprentice. But we're on a job for a Volka. You snarl at Volka for saying too much. She shrugs in response. I'm not aware of another Volka being out in this direction. Who has tasked you?
Juno.
Zephyr steps back at the name and studies your face for a moment. Nichols, you and the guards see what you can do outside the walls for the people. I'll see to it and make sure the ravens are comfortable. The younger mender nods respectively to Zephyr and grins at you and Volka before leading the guards through the gate. I'm inviting only the 2 of you to stay within our walls and enjoy a bit more warmth and comfort.
And separate us from my ravens? No.
Suit yourself, but your mistrust is unnecessary.
Maybe, but I shouldn't have to tell you about my job from your superior just to get an invitation.
My superior? No, you misunderstand. You have no job. The Valka, known as Juno, is dead. Ah, you left on a cliffhanger, you dickheads! Oh, I'll be right back, chat. I forgot something, so give me just a second. Sorry about that, guys. The once energetic Mender approaches, looking both worn and troubled. Oh, yeah, Avond got older. Backstory for you, Tyr. So there was a gigantic chasm down the river that we were going. We made a bunch of boats to escape from a town that was besieged by dredge. So we were heading down this river, right? And then all of a sudden a waterfall appears, and there's a great chasm before it. So Avond picks up a land from beneath the chasm and makes a massive bridge for the entire caravan to walk over. And now he looks older. Mender's powerful. Lifts fucking islands from the ground. Calls lightning down from the sky. The once energetic Mender approaches, looking both worn and troubled. I'm not sure I thanked you for the time to recover. I've never woven a spell that strong before. Are you sure we were ready to move on? You look... I know. I caught my reflection earlier. It's a more mature look. The Mender grins, and a hint of his former youth shines through. Not everyone would have stopped for so long, especially with the ground rumbling like it has. We're all in need of help. We're all people in need of help here, so... You grown-ups really care about everyone here, Alette. It's a gift, and I hope you never lose it. He weaves a bit more on the armor. Have you given any more thought to my offer? I think some mending could really benefit you. You consider his offer. Sure, it might help someday. I think so too, and you already know more than you think. I doubt it'll take me long to teach you the basics, but you'll have to practice as we go. I'm placing some patterns on your bow. Trace them with your thumb at all times. Practice, memorizing them. Understanding will occur later. Oh, we lost so many. A scout runs up to you. There's a woman tied in the tree up ahead. Got 4 guards watching her. The strange news draws a good deal of attention from the caravan. The bound woman is ranting and spitting at the 4 guards when you arrive and ask, "What's going on here?" "This here's a witch," one guard says, "plaguing our clan, making everyone really sick, but we caught her and brought her all the way out here." The others nod. She's been tied here for 5 days without food or water, then cut loose. Been 3 days. She's to be tied here for 5 days without food or water, then cut loose. Been 3 days so far. But 5 days without water will kill her. But she'll die on her own after that long with nothing to eat or drink. That's not on us, the guard responds. But if you want to set her free, we'd be bigger fools than you to get in your way. You consider what to do. How do you know she's a witch? Everyone looks at the woman who's grinning a toothless grin. She scratches at the patriarch and calls the dead gods one by one. If that's not enough, the guard says, she was seen squeezing mistletoe berries into water troughs. Think I heard that makes you sick. The other guards bob their heads in agreement. Ursa, any thoughts? Ursa smiles and saunters toward the tied woman. She says a few quiet words to the prisoner and looks over before returning. My suggestion, she says, burn her and the tree to the ground. You consider what to do. I don't like it, but this isn't our concern. We don't like it either, the guard says, but thanks for leaving us to it. As the caravan rolls by, the woman screams and curses and hexes, leaving most feeling sorry for her or scared. She just poisoned water troughs. Like, ugh. Easy, boy, a clansman shouts as he yokes cart nearly topples to one side. The tamped path of the Eastway Road is steadily turned into cracked shamble. Looking ahead, it only gets worse. Various chasms gape like open mouths. You glance back to Avon, who looks at you and shakes his head. The entire caravan comes to a halt. We'll be eating our belts before we find a way across this broken road, especially with this many.
And there's no telling how far we'd have to backtrack to head north.
Then we'll head south across the Ormsey riverbed. We can head towards Grundar and on west. Trigvi peers around Haakon's elbow before coming fully into view. Heading south is questionable. Those people. Why do you say that? Maybe I spent a lifetime there. Plenty of things. Teed under logs, but there's also people in the bogs. His eyes go wide. Scotch to hear my rhyme! But what's wrong with heading south? Different ways of living. Old ways, stick to the mug, and cragsmen are less bothersome.
I think he's talking about the beggars. The rough backward people of Schwarzbog.
Trigvi frowned at Ivor. Words like that can find you filled with poison. He puffs out his cheek and stares at Ivor.
This is why Varl tend to keep to themselves. Each human is crazy in their own way.
Trigvi hunches over with laughter until he suddenly stops, sniffs the air, and marches away.
Strange. But fair warning, we're crossing over into lands most of us have never seen. Just because we left those dredge behind doesn't mean we don't have more wars ahead of us.
If we had more supplies, I'd say we'd stop for a few days and train some of these clansmen to fight. You consider your options. Let's just camp. We'll consider training clansmen later. Calls for camp spread down the line. What item do you have on you, bud? %10 crit chance. That's pretty nice. Hmm. Hmm. Let's get him some armor. Well, that's about all we need to do to upgrade there. She's got 2 points. Get more armor break. Cool. Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven says. Just waiting to swing at each other, Sven asks? Or are you here to actually learn something that could save your life on the battlefield? Range clanmen into fighters. Yeah. We need protection. 50. Sure. Done. Do you have another challenge for me? Plenty, Sven says, walking to the large tent. Try to keep up. You can handle yourself, but what about your other fighters? Even used a varl and an archer to trap? Ever used a varl and an archer to trap somebody? You think about what he's saying. Feel up to the challenge? Sure. Then we begin! Sven barks. Yoink. Yoink. We got like 20 renown for that. Something like that. 16 renown. 17, because we had 9. The prince is acting even more standoffish than usual. You and Ivor have caught him staring ahead and twisting the ring on his finger over and over. Ursa quietly stands nearby. Glad to be heading home? Ludin turns to the two of you and offers a polite smile. Even after that chasm, would it surprise you if I said no? Is there anything you actually like? Is that the way you see me? As some pouting ne'er-do-well of a prince? He paused briefly before shrugging, and Ursa chuckles. Then maybe I need to try harder to change that. This is all so different to me. You, Ivor, and Ursa are stunned to hear the prince talk this way. I've grown up in comfort, and I've trained with scholars and fighters. I've never known anything else.
Saying stuff like that won't make you any friends in this caravan.
But that's just it. Among these clansmen, I've seen the differences. I think I understand them a bit more. What do you plan to do with this understanding? If we make it to Arborong without being slaughtered by Dredge? When we make it? I'll talk to the king about my ideas for sharing information. Advisors learning from craftsmen, craftsmen learning from advisors. You've never seen the prince this animated, and then his face falls. I just don't think the king will appreciate my knowledge. Ursa will agree. My father's not what you call open-minded. The king's a hard man, has to be. But his son is his weakness. I'll make my own opinion of the king when I meet him. As you should. I don't hate his methods. They're just harsh at times.
Kings usually have to make the tough decisions and stick with them. Maybe someday you'll see why.
I know. I just don't think he'll care for my ideas on treating with peasants. Commoners? What would you like to be called? We're all people, Prince. Even you. You have a charming way of humbling me. Ursa rolls her eyes. Just keep an open mind about your father. The way you'd like him to have, towards your idea. That's something I never considered before. I'll think on it. As Prince Ludin and Ursa walk away, you feel Ivor watching you. What?
When did you become so full of sage advice?
Since I started listening to you.
Gods, don't start making that mistake.
The two of you share a smile before moving on. Do you have another challenge for me? Well, come on in and let's have a look at you, Sven the trainer says. Do you have anything else? Never seen a mender with as much power as Avon, says Fun. But after watching him a while, bet I can show you how to really benefit from that lightning of yours. You think about what he's saying. Sure. Then we begin. Well, that was easy. Some of the other trainings have been harder. Like, a lot harder. Well, come on in and let's have a look at you. Can you show me anything else? Yep. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Anyway. We can promote Ivor again. Is there anybody else worth upgrading? Gunolf's got max stats and everything but exertion. It might be nice to max his exertion. Hakon has max stats and everything but will. Ready for battle. The training tent allows you to safely spar with other fighters in your caravan. While you're sparring, your fighter is never injured or granted renown. However, defeating opponents will increase your kill count to help you promote heroes. This is a safe plane to train and test strategies. The trainer will give hints about playing effectively and has something to say about each ability. Remember to come here to test out new characters as they join you. Okay, cool. So this does help us level up. Yoink. Oh, yikes. Who is this? This is Mogir. Oh. Yoink. Yoink. No, 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 no. Okay. Yeah, of course the deflection went off. Yoink. That's concerning. Yoink. Yeah, she's gonna take out control. Yep. Sweet. Take out his armor. Yoink. Helped to increase my kill count, I guess. Not that it really matters. They've got a high enough kill count that, not really gonna matter too much. But it means we can rank up our little ones. Our rank 3, guys. A metal clanking is heard in the distance and grows louder. You see a yox cart surrounded by 4 barrel and an older woman hitting a ladle against a pan. All sorts of things for sale, she says, but her eyes go wide when she looks at you. It's you! Special deals when it comes to you. How do you know me? Word travel fast, she says. Think you can slay asunder and keep it a secret? Mm-mm. Mater knows you, sure enough. Why are you selling things? Mater sells things to those traveling. It's what she does. Used to be as generous as Esselay, Mater was, but that don't buy more supplies. Let's see what you got. Of course! But make up your mind. Mater will be gone as quick as she arrived, and don't got any ideas of sneaking off with things. These Varl have the keenest eyes, the sharpest blades, and the shortest tempers. You feel the Varl watching your every move. Exertion talents. +1 range distance. +10 critical chance. +1 break talents. +3 break. +2 break talents. +32 chance. +1 range distance. That would be the best, but we don't have enough money for that. And it's level 9 anyway, so we wouldn't be able to equip it. Roker's last bet. Is something we want. Once you cross the Ormser riverbed, the wind ceases to cut through the humid air. The darkening sky lets loose its rain, and soon, fat drops of water turn the dirt bath to sucking mud, slowing the caravan. Cloaks are pulled overhead, and children and animals are wrangled near the carts. Clansmen are foraging for supplies. That's why we've got clansmen. I was hoping to avoid visiting this part of the kingdom for at least a few more years, Prince Luden says. At least others have had the sense to abandon this cesspool. As arrogant as he sounds, he's right. There are very few signs of life around you, yet you still feel like you're being watched. The lowing of the usually quiet yokes indicates the beast's difficulty pulling the carts. You're up to your knees in it when a scout comes to you. Found some stone markers that lead to a few paths of solid ground over there. He points while shouting over to the yaks. Uneven and bumpy, but easier than this. Lead the way. The caravan changes course slowly, but you soon see the low stone markers, some with sticks tied around them. The caravan picks up speeds over the lumps of packed ground until a child screams. You rush back to see the boy being pulled out of a hole in one of the mounds you crossed. Inside, you see blackened rat bodies buried only inches beneath the bog. You're walking across the burial ground. Get everyone moving, Ivor says. There's a chance we make it out of here without anyone knowing we were here. You start tugging, urging everyone on, but feel Ruga watching you. They're all around us, shouts a man near the edge of the caravan, and we're stuck in this mud! Cragsmen have encircled you. Their leader steps forward and shouts, There's no price but blood for crossing through the land of our dead! Shouts rising out. They're preparing to attack. Send Trigby forward to parley. Didn't I tell you this isn't always easy, Trigby says. He looks nervous, a reaction you've never really seen from him before. What if they listen to me as well as you do? Do what you can so we can ready for an attack. Trigby looks at you in the eye for the first time in memory. Best to only sleep once in strange places, he says, before spinning on his heel. He marches out across the bog, hands held out in peace. Your fighters take the opportunity to get into better position, shoving clansmen further into center. Well, Trigby died. The whole bog seems to move with the approaching cragsmen. Eric, the warden from Strand, says, I know this sounds mad, but we're bringing battle-trained bears. If we weaken one, I can make it ours. But they're bringing battle-trained bears. I can make it ours. He smiles at your confusion. Ask the governor of Strand. They're helpful in certain situations. Hakon growls. We could lose lives, and he wants a new pet. You consider what to do. Okay, Eric, but this better be worth it. We'll need to clear the battlefield except for one bear. Then leave the rest to me. This is crazy, but okay. Here we go. Nine out of 8, 13 out of 10, 10 out of 13. Swamp Muck. And movement's impeded by 1. Leave the bear to me. It's all or nothing. Or if we kill, it's all for nothing if we kill it. Let's go ahead and which archer goes first? Both of them. So at least won't be able to attack half time.
Famed bears, what next?
Backstorm. Can you deflect already, please? There we go. No, 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 no. Okay. Ow. Kill this. Kill this. Capture bear. You're my bear now. We lost 35 Varl. No. No.
Baldringer's flame welcomes endless war. But why?
Even now, the petrified flames ward off of our friends. You need to click on it now. Right. Placed upon, upside down on the ground, the petrified roots of a giant tree reach towards the sky. All the Varl, including Ivar and Hakon, have separated from the caravan temporarily, giving Baldringer's Godstone a wide berth. The giant's presence is missed as you continue to feel watched. Elio, what do you know about Baldringer? Not much, but enough, the Scud says. These flames symbolize Baldringer's love of fire and war. The first being a means to the second. When the Varl were dominating humans in the first great conflict, it was Baldringer who gave up the losing side fire to combat the giants. You hold up your hand to halt the storyteller, listening through the rain for anything that might be following you. Hearing nothing, Alio resumes, holding the gaze of his audience. Humans praised Baldringer for the gift of fire, but the god only desired more war. He points toward the distant shape of the Varl. When the giants and humans found peace, the godstone fell from grace. It looks to continue keeping the land scorched. Perhaps its shadow can still kill. Grab some fighters and patrol the area. You and a few others slink away from the mass of clansmen, and soon come upon an unsuspecting craftsman waiting to ambush your caravan. There's no time to consider your options. Oh, Mogan is also dead. We killed Mogan. We do not have a lot of frontline fighters. This is going to be interesting. There we are, surrounded by mudmen. You do have a brilliant plan, right? Anyone? Someone? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Summon a bear. I was hoping we'd be able to pacify the bear, but it doesn't look like that's gonna happen. Oh no! No, 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 no! Okay! Hello there, bear. Why don't you get exhausted? Why don't you take some damage there? Rip some of his armor. Kill that guy. Pillaging now. Yoink that. Luden's ready for promotion. Avon is ready for promotion. Having killed or run off the Cragsmen, you return to the remaining clansmen at the Godstone. Grabbing your belongings, your foot hits something in the mud. You reach down and find a small skull with a yellow ribbon through the eyes. You toss it in the bag without another thought. Valor's Rebirth. Baldringer, renown +5. Got achievement, so we got some renown. Camp. Camp. Right now. Who's injured? Is Trigby injured? Or is he just dead? Oh, he's just super dead. Protection from death. -3 armor though. Rough. It just makes a what you call it? Just makes obstacles in the ground. That's cool. Needs more will. I'm gonna rest for a few days, like 3. Let's talk to Mugen. Hogan. The blonde axeman, one of 2 twins from a small village near Skoger, is chopping into a small tree, fallen tree, for no apparent reason. His swing looks dangerous. Hogan, everything okay? He glares at you. You look like you wish that piece of wood was me. I'm just wondering if I should have left with the ravens. Why is that? I followed your father a long way, and now you. And for what? My brother's gone. My wife and children are frightened of everything around them, including me. I tell them that this constant fighting is only for a time, but it's changing me. I see it in their eyes, in my own reflection. I thought I was doing it to protect them, but if they think I'm a monster, what's the point? Maybe you should hang up your shield and axe. He looks shocked by your response. Really? But what about all the other fighters? I'd be laughed at around the campfire. No one doubts your skills in a fight. Besides, if your family is important, you can handle some ribbing, right? You're making sense. Sort of. Steel feels like I can protect them better by fighting. Dex, you make big decisions every day. Just make this one for me, will you? Be with your family. Hogan sighs with relief and nods. Well,
I'll still be around, but I'll be busy playing with my kids. Thanks, Alette, and be safe out there when you're fighting. Could be worse. I never use Hogan anyway. I haven't dropped a bunch of renown into upgrading him. I use the Varl. The Varl are 90% of my team comp. Varl are amazing. I don't know how to use the human fighters. I just brute force through everything. The rain finally ceases, but the wind picks up. You squint into the gusts and have a clear view of the vast plains ahead. There doesn't seem to be much out there, says Ivor. His tone conveys wonder and concern in equal measure. Close to Grundar. The ground shakes again, enough to cause the Oaks to strain their leads in panic. Out here in the plains, with nothing but open sky above, you feel remarkably vulnerable. Only a few trees around and no mountains, Hakon says in a wry tone. Looks like we only have to worry about the ground opening up beneath us. He shrugs at the look you give him.
Grundar almost looks forgotten by the rest of the world. Maybe those who live here have forgotten the rest of us too.
In the field outside of Grundar, the caravan spots several creatures you assumed were myth. I don't believe it. Are those? Two horseborn hold simple bronze weapons and stand guard over a few others who look wounded, unable to rise. Right. We don't know any horses. We've not seen any horses this entire game. And there are centaurs! There are centaurs! The size of a caravan makes them nervous. I have to get a closer look. Me too. The two of you advance 100 yards, showing every sign of respect and peace. A number of clansmen push closer too. The male horseborn stomps a hoof repeatedly. The female, tail whipping, brandishes a javelin. Damn, the caravan is scaring them. Everyone, move back. Your shout spooks the female horseman. She throws a javelin, which pins to the ground near your feet. Several archers fire, but their shots are wide. Hold! No more arrows! The male says something in what sounds like a long stream of consonants. The female lowers her second javelin. We just want to help. The male's tail swishes. You? Help? His voice sounds strained, but his mouth moves uncomfortably around the foreign words. Yes, help. Audlif stands aside as you wave to Avon for help. The female looks agitated. She speaks in their strange way. The male responds to her, then turns to you. Help, Roek, and others. I'll try. This is certainly a first. The standing horseborn step aside, allowing Avon to approach the wounded fighters. With Avon and Juno tending to the wounded Roek and other horseborn, the caravan settles down outside the scant town of Grundar. It appears the town is enjoying a small festival. Quite a few clansmen go over the hill to enjoy the sights and sounds, but soon return looking disappointed. They call this outsiders, the woman says. They don't want us interrupting their wheat harvesting festivals, but the merchants don't seem to mind trading. The clansmen soon shrug it off, but take renewed interest in the horseborn. Some in awe, others in disgust. What's in the market? What's in the market? It's 2 to all talents, plus 1 wheel a turn. With 3 in exertion talents, 10% dodge strength, and plus 1 move. Plus 1 in strength talents, plus 2 to strength, and knockback on stun, on strength greater than 3. That's probably good for Gnolf. Or Hakon. Betrayal. Plus 30 crit chance, plus 2 strength, minus 2 armor. Get up to 21 days worth of supplies. Let's talk to Roek and the others. Thank. You glance at Ubin, who snorts and smiles. Skatha's thanking us for helping his friend Roek. Deirdre is the other one, but she's not in a whole talking with Varl and humans mood.
You're welcome. I'd like you to meet Hakon. Scartha's tail swats his flank, and he bows his head towards Hakon. Varl, Mans, same herd?
No, but we're no longer enemies.
I haven't seen Horseborn in centuries. Last they knew, humans and Varls were at each other's throats. What brings you so far north? Scathad looks confused by the question, but Ubin shows him the map, pointing to Dalaland and Grunda. Food, our planes, break. Hakon snorts.
Might be justice. Didn't they kill all the horses, Scrivener?
His ancestors did, yes, but blaming folks for things that happened hundreds of years before they were alive? You may as well accuse these humans around us of starting the Great Wars. What happened to Roic? Roic, brave fighter, protected food, hit many times. Hit? Who was attacking? Scatha says many things in his other language. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that word. His eyes go wide and he stomps the ground before pointing west. You look at Ubin. I don't have a clue, but clearly not a friend.
Was it the people here? Here in Grunda?
Scathath looks where Hakon is pointing. He shakes his head and points west again. The Varl King eyes Scathath suspiciously. How do you know our language? Scathath just stares at you. You talk like us. Where did you learn?
Heard they don't trade with mans in mud.
I think he means our bog friends, the Cragsmen. Have you found the food you were seeking?
Enough for a time, my guess. 2 others take herd in south.
His hoofs scuff the ground during certain words.
Just those 2? What about you and the couple?
Scathath, Roic, Driedru, stay. This herd help. We help this herd. Thank you. Scathath nods in a movement that uses most of his upper body. Man, Varl, Horseborn, same herd. Funny. Ubin chuckles, and you smile while Hakon shakes his head and walks away. I got some Horseborn. I got some Horseborn. Poison tipped. Your kick. Huh. Huh. Ho ho. We're going to the training tent. Do you have another? No. Want to try him out? Oh, he only takes up 1 square. That's cool. Let's get used to fighting on 4 legs rather than 2. Yeah. Hit and run tactics. Oh, it didn't go far enough. Still cool, though. David. Kill him. Aw, you bitch. Alright, Alette, kill him. Yoink. Oh, so we're in the second game now. Just so you know. Sondering there. Run away! Sweet. Can we arc lightning a whole bunch here? Not without injuring our horse guy. Our horse guy's gonna get killed anyway. Unless... make an obstacle. Nope. Still gonna get hurt. Yep. I don't think you've missed all the heartbreak. You just missed, most of it. Rook is dead. Rook died. So, that was sad. That was the end of the first game. Yeah, he died. Killing the immortal Sunder Bellower, who's really just asleep. But it was very sad, very emotional. Thank you, Avon. Finally going. Kill those two. I like the horse guys. I don't know if I'm gonna replace a Varl with them, but I still like them. Like Moger's just such a good tank. Big hefty boy. She only needs one more kill to rank up. She'll rank up to level 6 and unlock a second ability. Yeah. Let's just buy a bunch of supplies. And leave. Now that Roax had a chance to heal, two of the Horseborn people are heading south to deliver some supplies to their people.
What crazy ideas in your head, Scrivener?
With the world falling apart around us, there may not be another chance to trek down south. Listen to yourself. The world is breaking. No, everyone's free to do what they want, but you'll be missed. Remember that when it comes to dealing with Ruga as well. If he wants to depart, by the gods, let him.
You taking your hired muscle with you?
I'd feel better if Ganul stayed with all of you. That blade of his is sure to attract the wrong kind of attention.
Wrong attention might find you anyway. Then, who will protect you?
I'm old, not an idiot. I've learned a few tricks to keep my head on my shoulders. The younger Varl shrugs and walks off to find food. Then be safe, Ruben. And join us again if you can. You know where we're going. Don't worry about me. Just make sure you're alive to see this thing through to Arborang. Farewell. Scrivener says a few more goodbyes before departing with the Horseborn. Doo-doo-doo. The governor catches up to you and asks for a moment of your time. His bodyguard is behind him, silent. It's not getting any easier. Oh, sorry. It's not getting any easier, is it? It probably won't get easier until we get to Arborang. Quit fooling yourself, girl. The capital is going to be a different battlefield, but a battlefield nonetheless. Quit calling me girl. And quit talking like one. Prepare for hard fights to be lied to. Prepare for the worst in others. You look around at Ruga's guard, Dagger. Is he always this cheerful? The man says nothing, only the occasional blinking to break his stare. Listen, I didn't come over here to insult you. Then why does it feel like that's exactly what you're doing? The governor is about to react, but calms himself. Get us across this wasteland, and try not to pick up any more strays, will you? He sneers in the direction of the Horseborn before leaving you.
Ugh.
Guy's such a gigantic ass. A few of the weavers have been smiling more than usual lately, and now you know why. Alio leads the children out from behind the cart in new costumes. Some have horns on headbands, while one other red-haired girl wears a green cloak like yours. A boy wearing a red cloak is carrying an axe. Aww. No. 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 You dick, Alio. You fucking dick. The entire caravan gathers around to watch the performance. The young actors stand behind a short wall and discuss an approaching dread army. As a black cloth rolls across the ground in front of the actors, a young man in red armor stands up and shouts, Bellower. This is a reenactment of the Battle of Borsgard. This game does not give it a rest. It's just like, ha ha ha, you were recovering. Gut punch. Continue watching. A dark-haired girl holding a spear says, We'll get no help from the governor. We're on our own. A few people in the crowd laugh while Ruga stares at the Skald. The young Rook, Alette, and Varl run towards the fierce Bellower, attacking and being repelled. Finally, the girl dressed as Juno hands Rook a silver arrow. Rook hugs Alette and shoots the arrow. Bellower roars. Watch the ending. Bellower grabs Rook by the throat and growls. You sense heads in the crowd turning towards you when Alio and the Weaver suddenly snap the creature's banner. caravan banner in front of the scene like a curtain. As the banner lowers, the young version of you cradles the boy dressed as your father. The other actors stand in a semicircle around you and begin singing a familiar tune. The crowd joins in, and an impromptu line forms, with everyone walking by to lay a hand on your shoulder. She's like, haha, haha, you were recovering. Here, let me punch you real quick. You okay still? Alright, let's keep going. A group of 24 humans, thin and dirty, step off through the rough path to let the caravan pass. Please, a young girl says, anything to eat? Her mother, eyes averted, pulls the girl by the arm to silence her. Of course. Have some of our food. A few adults seem shocked and hold their hands up in appreciation, tears in their eyes. As you hand over some food and a few furs, the young girl smiles, and regardless of what it costs, you feel you've done the right thing. Ahead, the caravan comes to an immediate halt. That's the second fanged shoe this bloody beast has thrown in a day, the ox tender curses. It will take some time to see to the yokes, so you call for camp. While most of the clansmen sleep or lose themselves in drink, Juno requests a moment to speak with you alone. I'm impressed so far, Alette. You've managed to keep your composure through tough situations. Thank you. Not to pain you with further comparison, but you remind me of your father at the Godstone of Stravus. Determined. What actually happened there? Your father faced down his fears, walking through thousands of dredge to obtain the only weapon that could bring down Bellower. That's incredible and frightening. I don't know if I could do something like that. The Valka gives you a maternal smile. Neither did he. Juno patiently awaits your reply. Tell me his death meant something. I can't do that. Rook's death was unfortunate, but his life was very important. The people he brought here from Skogir, including you, and all the others along the way, are being forged into what the future will require. The previous era of peace is over, and one of survival has begun. Arbering may be the best shelter for the coming storm, but the people there are soft, too dependent on a society that will no longer exist. Because of the dredge? Partially, but mostly because of a coming darkness that is pushing the dredge. You keep talking about darkness, but no one has ever seen it. You've seen the signs of its coming. Dredge in numbers, the land breaking apart. It is a force unlike any other. I wish I could say more, but even the Mender Council is ignorant to this. Why me? Couldn't others learn to lead this caravan? The straight answer is yes. Others could do it, but the clansmen chose to follow you onto that banner. If you didn't appear worthy, you would be replaced. This doesn't sound like I have much say in the matter. Quite the contrary. Your every decision is your say in the matter. You keep all of these people alive as best you can, as if they were all from your own clan. That is rare and needed. I don't understand how you got involved in all of this. At times, I think this is all my fault. At others, I'm not sure I could have stopped it. She sees your wide-eyed expression and attempts to clarify. How I became involved is confusing at best. But you and I share something in common. We're both learning what we have to do as we go. But only the future will tell if my role is villain or hero. Thank you. I should get back to helping the others. Before you go, there's one thing I must address with you. The serpent. The chasm at Ormsdollar and the tremors in the ground concern me a great deal. Yeah, me too. Should that incredible creature ever resurface, do not attempt to stop it. Her words chill you as you find yourself nodding to her command. I missed the second piece of dialogue there. I'm a little annoyed about that. Anyway. Let's just go ahead and rest and leave. Game trail. One of the few gathered hunters says, looking at the beaten path of grass. No telling what we might find down it, but it'll fill some stomachs. Make a wager for who brings back the biggest kill. Everyone in the group starts smiling and tossing coins in a purse before heading down the trail. When it branches, 2 hunters sprint left, and 3 think the center trail looks promising. You consider what to do. Search the ground for any clues. The other hunters took path with cloven hoof tracks. There's a chance you could kill the largest hog among them. To the right there are rabbit tracks and possibly something bigger, but it's hard to tell. Take off on the right on your own. You choose to hunt alone and move down the path quietly. Sure enough, a couple of hares bolt for cover before you can sight them, but it's not that you're afraid of. The scent hits you as a bear crashes through the brush nearby. You instinctively aim and fire, scoring a shot no one will ever believe. You shot 537 pounds of meat. However, you're only able to carry back 100 pounds back to the caravan. One hunter was wounded, but it will heal. The 2 others brought back a large boar, but you are clearly the victor. You give everyone back their coin and drinks are shared with the while the injured man's leg is mended. Ugh. Later, the entire caravan enjoys the stories of the hunt while feasting. You notice the archer Nid because she is standing perfectly still, looking out into the distance. Let me guess. You see more grass. When she turns to you, she's not smiling. Dredge, she says quietly. How is that possible? You ask, knowing better than to doubt her sight. I thought we lost them in the chasm. You can make out a dust cloud on the horizon, which means they can make out the one produced by the caravan, and it's heading the same direction as you, towards Lunda. The Valka walks to your side and says, I was afraid of this. The cracks in the road along the cracks in the ground along the Eastway Road.
It's like that damn crevice at Sigerholm all over, Hakon says. The dredge were just pouring out of it.
But that means they could, Juno finishes your question, appear almost anywhere? Yes. But let's not panic. The caravan, just keep moving. We do not have enough of an army to fight off.
Lundar, the archer's haven, home to the finest fletchers in the world, though it appears beset with war.
Horseburn? Why are they attacking?
Looks like the dredge are heading to town too. Sour sweat, this is bad, Hakon says. Lunda is fighting on 2 fronts and barely holding it together.
Hakon's been warring long before you were ever born. His worried look is unsettling.
I always heard the Horseborn had trouble with walls since they usually fight in open fields, he says. Ubin's the only one old enough to actually know, but it doesn't really matter because those walls will barely slow the dredge. And if those dredge flatten this town, we're defenseless out on these plains, Ivor says. What are the Horseborn after?
All eyes turn to Roek, Druedru, and Skatheth. 3 Horseborn in your caravan are pointing and talking excitedly in their own language. Druedru nods towards Roek, tossing her head and baring her teeth. You are surprised by the look of savage fury on their faces, as the couple takes off without warning, charging the attacking Horseborn. While Skathath remains behind, he clearly wants to join them, but he awaits your decision. They could die on their own, Oddliff shouts, not hesitating to follow Roek and Deirdre. Ivor sighs.
She's lost her mind over those new members of the clan. You might lose her life for it, too. He looks at you. We could fight Dredge or Horseborn, or split up and fight both if you're feeling suicidal. If we're splitting up, my Val are hitting the Dredge. We're good at that. Yingvar can do what he wants. He always has. You consider your options.
Scarthoth, why did they take off like that? Scarthok bites his lip and flips his mane left and right. Return fight? He is either nervous or hiding something, or cannot find the right words. Hakon spits.
We don't have time to figure out his stomps and tail whipping.
You consider your other options. So, guys, do we want to send all our Varl off to fight the Dredge? If we're feeling a little bit suicidal? Do we want to stop the Horseborn? We don't want to lose anybody, so I'm more inclined to keep the party together, and the town will be just killed, I guess. I don't know. We can attack the Horseborn and then attack the Dredge. Or we can let them split. The Varl should be able to take care of the Dredge, but some of them might die. And I don't know if we're going to be able to stop the Horseborn by ourselves. Horseborn seems like a quicker fight. Yeah. Alright, we will stop the Horseborn and deal with the Dredge later. Though the Horseborn are much faster, you and the others follow Roek and Druedru against this unfamiliar foe. It looks like the force you trained is roughly the size of the enemies. This could go either way, but a victory here will protect most of your clansmen. Oddleaf is hemmed in near two Horseborn you assume are Roek and Druedru. But the kicked-up dust cloud blurs your sight.
We can drive a red straight for her, Ivor says, but these Horseborn are fast. If they flank us, we'll take heavy losses.
Shield wall. I'm worried that Oddleaf will die. Yeah, let's shield wall. Exactly how I would do it, Ruga says. No sense in risking everyone for a few who were foolish enough to violently enter this fight. Begin the attack. Your army advances against the unknown tactics of the enemy Horseborn. Yeah, see, if we had let the Varl go, we would have Ivor and Avend, Scathlock, Rissa, and Eric. Or Alio and Nid. Which is not a winning combination. We'll go ahead and ready for battle. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 11. We're gonna hit them hard on this right side, this left side. Ah. Fuck you. Varl are slow. Go ahead and mend Hakon's armor. Oh, he's stunned. That mule kick stuns, really? There's Hakon's turn. He's gonna weaken both of them. No, not Sundering Impact. Tempest, please. Just kill them both. More are coming. Keep them away from the town. Just gonna go ahead and kill him. Deal a decent amount of damage there. Mend Gnolf's armor. Great, run away. Move Mogre up. That's fine. Focus on him, not on my guys. Nuke him. If we defeat enough, the rest will retreat. Oh, yikes. How many of these guys are gonna spawn? I'm glad we have Gnolf on here. Go ahead and start breaking some of their armor. Gnolf stunned now. Could be better. Go ahead and mend Gnolf again. Move this way with Mogre. Can you guys stop? Tempest again. Pop this and kill him. This should be the last of them. Let's finish this. Oh, come on! Can you guys stop? Men get off again. Get Hakon out of there. We don't want him wounded. Oh, come on! Really? I mean, it was fine until you spawned twice the amount of guys? Like, come on. Pop his armor. He's gonna go after Avon and wound him. Just stay away from him. Could be worse. Kill him. Kill pillage. It would be an awful shame if you just died. Minus 40 clansmen, minus 25, and then minus 30. That's not good. We're losing a lot of Varl. Just as quickly as they tried to flank you, the remaining horseborn scatter. You search the field and find Roic and Deirdre wounded, but protecting a slightly limping Oddlife with their bodies. You smile and help her up. The town! The Varl's King voice rattles you. The Dredge are destroying it! Everyone who can manage getting to their feet rushes into Lundar. You look at the destruction all around you, the loss of life, and try to find some meaning to it. Even before your breathing slows, an older townsman runs up shouting, "These darkspawn of the depths are destroying everything!" He almost stumbles in front of you. "They ruined the homes in the market. The Great Hall is the only thing still standing, full of the decision makers and those with money," he spits. "Let it fall like the rest of you. Rest for all I care. Just take the rest of us with you." "We'll save who we can," you tell the man. "To the Great Hall!" You want to do that? Yeah, let's do that. Make him real balanced. Takes more renown than we got to promote Ganulf. Alright. That was easy. I just realized I was muted that entire fight. I'm really bad at that. I need like a notification that I get when I'm muted and trying to speak. What you did there, the old man says, but his voice cracks. Good people died in those houses, and our food was looted while the well-to-do
well-to-do hid with fighters in that great hall. And that's who you saved, the man spits. Take them! Take those bastards with you when we go, or we'll string them up.
Roic, Deirdre, and Scathath suddenly catch the man's attention. He sneers.
Do these 3 belong to you? I reckon the people around here would pay good coin to see them gutted.
Oddliff looks flushed. Belong to? No. And no one is gutting anyone. They just help save your town.
Well, my dog bit one of those attackers too, but I don't let it in my shop. Keep this pet on short leashes.
It's all you can do to keep Oddliff from arguing with the man. She storms off, muttering things best not repeated. Ivor and Hakon find you. Both look as tired as you feel.
I'm not sure how many of us made it through that. How so many of us made it through that.
I never expected to see horseborn in my life, let alone fight them. And the dredge seemed desperate.
Fighting like us, you mean? Like they've got nothing left to lose.
I wasn't worried. With the great Yingvar on our side, how could we fail? Ivor looks to you and grumbles. That name was a lifetime ago for Ivor. Let it go.
A human lifetime or two, but don't forget how long we Varl live. Longer than we know what to do with in most cases.
You look at Ivor, wondering what is going on in his head.
Damn, Yingvar. If you're always like this, I'm glad you left those Varl towns when you did. As for me, I believe it's time for a drink and a rest.
Juno walks up to your group unexpectedly. I agree. Unfortunately, all this fighting took a serious toll on the caravan. Lundur, or what's left of it, is defensible and will allow everyone some greatly needed rest.
I won't argue with the Valka on that front.
And I'm in no hurry to enter Oldwood. I've heard strange things about that place. I'm sure it will be fine. You watch the Valka as everyone moves on. She looks less confident than you've ever seen her before. I need to head to the bathroom, so we will take a small break here, guys, and I'll be right back. Actually,
Straight from the feigned depths with this ungodly snowstorm.
wait, did you hear that? Probably that paunch of yours rumbling again.
Ambush!
Okay, now I'm going to the bathroom. Alright, sorry about that, guys. Oh, okay. I lost 90% of my viewers. Cool. Alright. Seriously, I was only gone for a few minutes. Whatever. Alright. Let's go ahead and just kill this guy. Some of his strength out of the way. This is Oli. Get rid of some of his armor. Do you have 2 exertion? You do. Sweet. Kill this guy. 3 enemies with water. Do you have 2 exertion? You do. Kill this guy. Just gotta deal with the skulkers next. Should kill this guy. Oh, now they're invisible. Break some armor on this guy. He's invisible. That's annoying. Just move up here. Oh, hello there. For some of his strength. He's just insulting him, forcing him to act slower. Come on, hurry up. No, 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 no. Stay away from... Oh, okay. Pull the weak. Get down over here. Pull the weak. That over here. Kill him. The bad guy party.
How much renown did we get?
17. Sweet. You grab a raven running by you.
I want every one of our fighters ready to move. Now! Set a post inside these gates for them to wait for me.
The fighter nods and takes off to find everyone.
Where's that famed Valka?
Maybe up on the wall?
The faint...
The Fane Valka is here. Valka Zephyr, I've never heard you speak.